First question for James. Let's start here with Noah.
Hey, Noah Weiskopf, Tar Heel 24/7. With your experience having played the position, what have you seen out of the duo of Kamori and Andrew Simpson, and how special do you think they can become as they continue to gel together and mesh together more?
The future is very bright for them. I think, as soon as Drew got here, they hit it off, pretty quick. They communicate a lot. They communicate good together. They play well together. It's still early. We still got a lot of time. But, those guys, they definitely holding us down on the defense. They take control. They're doing everything that we ask them to do. So I'm grateful and proud, that, those guys, I have those guys to coach because they're I'm not going to say they're easy, but they do listen and they do what we tell them to do.
In terms of the communication, can you tell the two of them were at the same high school for a year together back in California?
Well, I just clumped them California kids and all in the same, category. West Coast is West Coast, South is South to me.
Let's go to Michael.
Coach Michael with WCHL.com. Looking ahead to Richmond this week, the quarterback Ricochet is at 6'4", 260 on their depth chart. Coach Belichick compared him to Ben Roethlisberger. I know you have a lot of experience playing against the NFL. How do you go about training and drilling the players to go up against someone like that? It's a pretty unique size to the quarterback position, and it's a skilled runner as well.
Well, we drill it every day. We let them know that it's a tough football team. They play tough. All they do is run the ball. They want to establish dominance, and you just drill it in them every day. You got to remind them every day of the situation, and that's him being a big quarterback. Something we ain't seen. I ain't never seen no 260 quarterback. Big Ben was big, but I don't know if he was 260. Right? But yeah, you just drill it in them every day. I drill it in them every day and let them know, what we up against. Because once again, it's, you gotta have the right type of mindset when you playing teams like this. So just making sure that I drill it every day and let them know that they're coming in here to try to run the ball.
Does a lot of what you're teaching the guys come from what Coach Belichick taught you guys with the Patriots when you were going up against the Steelers?
Yeah. I was blessed to, play for Coach and now coach alongside him. So some of the same messages and also got some different ones, on my own, but yeah, some of the same similarities there.
Brian?
Yeah, Brian Murphy with WRL.
What's up, Brian?
Outside of maybe Lombardi, you've probably got the most experience with Coach Belichick here. How is he different in 2025 as a college coach than he was, as a pro coach when he was coaching you?
I ain't gonna say the only difference is college and NFL. I mean, he's still big, and that's what you're gonna get with him, consistency. And that's what I appreciate the most is about just being consistent. As long as somebody's consistent, then you can't judge him, you can't say anything about him. He's gonna give you his best every day, all day. He's always gonna be the same dude. So, to me, the difference, like I said, it's just really college and NFL. Just the rules and stuff like that. But he's still the same dude. He's still the same guy. He's gonna give you all he got, and he's gonna expect you to give him all you got. You know what I'm saying? So.
Does he still have the same energy at 73 that he had when?
Yeah, he still got the same energy. He still can go. He still can go. He still got a little bit in him.
Jeremiah?
Yeah, Jeremiah Holloway with Inside Carolina. Yes, sir. Jim, I wanted to ask you about the consideration for you when Belichick reached out about joining his UNC staff. Like how much thought did you give it? And just what were the considerations for you in joining your college life?
I thought about it for like 2 seconds, but it was a no-brainer. Because he is the greatest coach. You know what I'm saying? And it would have been ignorant for me to not accept it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it was very easy. It was very quick. Chopped it up with the wife. Like I said, it was real quick. But it was an opportunity that I just had to take. You know what I'm saying?
You talked about obviously the lessons you've learned from him over the years and things like that. What have you learned specifically about just coaching in general since you've taken on this role? Like what has coaching kind of taught you?
Actually, it's more detailed Cause when I was playing, I let like a lot of skills, take over, so I didn't need every single detail when I was playing, but when you're coaching, you have to slow it down, you have to break it down, and on this level, some of the guys, they don't understand certain things, so coaching and playing is very different, and now I'm getting better at the details, breaking down every single thing, and like I said, that's something that I've tapped into now with coaching versus playing.
Shelby?
Shelby, producer observer.
How you doing, Shep?
I'm good, thank you. I'm curious just with, sort of some caterpillars. Anyway, got distracted. Yep. Obviously, Belichick has said, earlier this month when talking to us that it takes him about like a third of the way through the season, or at least it did in the NFL, for him to figure out, okay, this is kind of the identity of this group we have here. How far along are you specifically for your position group in kind of finding that identity, and how long do you think it will take for you?
We try to establish it early. I try to establish it early. I want to make it known because the sooner we get to play together and buy in together, the better we'll be, and the easier it'll be. So, I just, like I said, I hit on it every day. I tap in, I check in with the guys mentally every day. That's, another thing that I do, being a linebacker coach, is I check in with the players every day. I make sure they're good, I make sure we good, and I make sure they're ready to go. Because I always say, every day, I'm like, your brother needs you, your brother needs to call, your brother needs to write a lineman, your brother needs to know the personnel. Like I do that stuff every day to let them know, you know what I'm saying? So we play together, we work together, we grind together, we feed together, we sweat together. So I try to stay on that every day.
Yeah, and quick follow-up if I may, I appreciate you have the description there of the identity. I'm curious, like in terms of kind of rotations roles, like how solidified you feel with that currently in your position.
The roles?
Yeah.
The roles is the roles. So the two guys, House and Simpson, they get a chunk of the reps, but we all roll. We roll because I want to see everybody play. I want everybody to have an opportunity. I want everybody to have a chance. And that's how you weed out if somebody can play or cannot play. So there's not, I don't do like one group, just one group. Like I want to see all the guys in there. You know what I mean? We all, got an opportunity. We all need to take advantage of the opportunity that we get, and I'll showcase what we got when we get in there. So the rotation is a rotation. We rotate all the guys because once again, we need all the looks from everybody.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Noah here?
Hey Noah, I was just curious, at what point did you realize that you wanted to get into coaching? Was it when Belichick called you, or did you know from when you were playing that this is something you wanted to do?
Nah, it crossed my mind, like, I would say, my last year in the league, because I was, it was sort of kind of like a player's coach anyway, and I've always just coached up some of the guys, gave them some nuggets here and there, and when I had the opportunity, like I said, since it had already crossed my mind, it was a no-brainer. You know what I mean?
How many times would you say you've seen Belichick smile throughout your playing career in the NBA here? Could you count on one hand? Is it one hand, two hands?
I've seen it smile a few times.
The fact that you were counting in your head.
Let's go to Brian.
To Shelby's question, I wondered if you mentioned Simpson and House, but if there's another guy or another two guys that you think is really making progress, that could see the field a little bit more at that position.
Yeah, Makai and John and Tamir, those three guys, they all got, opportunities. Everybody get a chance to play, because like I said, we need to see the competition. We need to see if we can handle it. We can see if we can, work with it. But yeah, we got a group of guys. We got some good talent in there. And like I said, I want everybody to get a chance.
Adam?
Jamie Adam Smith with Inside Carolina. Good to talk to you. You're saying that toward the end of the year playing career, you had thought about coaching. I mean, you won a Super Bowl, you're all pro bowler. I mean, what was it about coaching that you want to get into? You could be living the life playing golf and, doing whatever right now rather than grinding, watching film. What was it about the job that made you want to, make the jump and not just cruise on into the sunset.
Well, I did that for a year.
Okay.
I played golf. I just started for a year, and it was hard. It's still hard.
I feel you.
And I was getting fat on the couch, and the wife, kicked me out, told me to go do something. But yeah, like it was good. It was good living. It was soft living. But football is my life, man. Like that was, the experience I got, all the knowledge and stuff I picked up. It's only right to give it back. You know what I'm saying? It's only right to let it back out. And share my experiences and my trials and tribulations with the game to somebody else. And what better group would it be than a bright, up and coming, group of talents here at UNC. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it was just like, why not? I got a lot to give, so let me go out here and give it a shot.
I hear you on that. Just to follow up real quick, was there anybody that you played under, a position coach, a D coordinator, a head coach, that you thought maybe you'd like to pattern your style after? Is there anybody that you looked up to in that way in terms of the way you want to coach?
Yeah, I do that now. Obviously with Bill, and then the guy that left us, he back in college to come here, Larry Fedora. I had some good head coaches in my life. But yeah, Fedora, he was super energetic, always happy, kept us, having a good time, and I liked that, because it always took away from the toughness and the hard times, in football. And then Bill, just the ultimate brains, the details, every single detail, and all the special situations and stuff like that. So I definitely try to mimic and pick up on some stuff like that from a lot of guys, not even just, those two guys, there's a lot of guys, even position coaches, not even coaches, it can be scouts or somebody, I hear everything, I listen to a little, I hear everything, but I listen to a little, because, it's just, words, knowledge, man, you just can't get enough of it. So.
All right, we got time for one more. Let's go to Grant here to close this out.
Hey, Coach, Grant Sashery, Tar Heels on the side. Speaking of Andrew Simpson, he's got a lot of great speed and athleticism that allows you to be more creative with blitz packages. What have you seen from his pass rushing ability so far this season?
A lot of good stuff. Once again, I got a pretty good group. Those two guys, they do a lot for us. They rush, they drop, they cover. They make changes within the defense as far as audibles and checks and all of that stuff. They just, they do a good job. He do a good job. He's taking advantage of his situation, which is what we all want, which is definitely what I want from them, is the opportunity and take advantage of the opportunity and make the best of it. And with him, being, the old head in the room, I give him a hard time. Like, it's his time, you know what I mean? Like, it's time to get going. And once again, he listens, he takes it serious, and he shows it.
Perfect. Good stuff. Thanks so much, Shane.